Hey everyone, it's Trader Rob. Today's the last day before the holiday weekend. Let's see if we're able to extract any profits from the market today, right after the intro. As always, nothing that I state on this channel is financial advice. Trading futures or any type of trading is risky business. Any capital that you put out there is at risk for loss. All right, so today is Friday, December 22nd. It's our last official trading day before the holidays. I'm thinking that markets are going to be a little sideways here today. And that's kind of what we're seeing here on the NASDAQ. We had a little bit of an early run at the open, and then it's just kind of gone into a consolidation mode here. And oil, well, let me show you what oil did today in our first session here. We got activated to the short by a tick again, even with that tick offset. We got activated to, again, to the short. We had 25 ticks of risk, and we're also looking to make 25 ticks of profit. And we get knocked out of this trade in about 13 to 14 minutes into it. So that was actually the second trade of the day because gold was right before that. Gold, on the other hand, we also get activated to the short. So we're in gold and in oil at the same time. This one was a quick winner. Only problem with this one, it was only 16 ticks. So much less of a winner here than the loser here. So currently down, I guess if you average them out, you're at about 9 ticks of loss already for the morning. So I'm very anxious to take another trade in oil in second session. That will determine if I can be profitable going into the weekend, going into the holidays. I think it just gives you a really nice feeling, especially being green on Fridays. I don't know. Um, so let me park this guy over here. I'm going to keep an eye out here on oil just to make sure if nothing comes up. Gold, we don't need anything with you. And then let's take a look at the Rob reversal. We've got two early signals here. This one was pre-session. We had a short setup, but again, closed above the ADMA, so no trade. Kept you out of a bad trade there. We get another short signal here at 9 a.m., which is good for time-based, good for the candle strategy, but again, closes above the ADMA, no trade. Okay, so then let's get into the bot. The bot we took about a $325 winner. I've only got one. I got today, and I don't know if I'm going to trade on the 26th or on the 27th. So I only got one or two more days. I will for sure 2 days left to complete this 30-day challenge. I am currently $392 in the red on that account. I'm at 4,600, and we started with 5 grand. So and here's the thing. Like yesterday, we had two. The bot took two trades, two 5-minute red lines, if I remember correctly, on the NQ. Both trades got into the $300 profit. And I really botched the second one because that probably would have taken $500. But I think that that's another issue that I've personally had with the bot is that you know I have a full-time job, so I'm a real estate broker here in Chicago, and as much as I said that I wasn't going to be trading the bot without looking at the charts, I, I mean, I'm going to be 100% honest, that wasn't the case, even with the second challenge. A lot of these trades were taken with me not in front of the charts. And, those are the ones where you might be able to miss a $400 trade, $300 trade, an overnight open bounce. So I personally feel it's important to be in front of the chart, especially if you're trading the strategy. Only you can really see what's to the left. I mean, there's built-in filters, don't get me wrong, for the bot to kind of see what price action is doing. But, a half-assed trader can probably see what's to the left a little bit better than the bot. So that's my opinion here. So I'm gonna try like heck to get something here in the green on the bot. I feel if I can narrow in that gap down to, well, let's just put it to this way. I think if I could take another $300 trade here today, if I feel like I have a good chance of at least getting this thing to break even, which I know is not, it's not what the bot is meant to do. It's not, I get that. You're purchasing something in the hopes that it's going to return you money. It's going to give you a profit. It's going to keep you in the green. So don't for one second think that I don't understand that aspect of it. But I also feel that if the bot hasn't lost me any money, which currently it is, but if it hasn't when we're done with this, it's kind of like a work in progress. And I feel like if you're a trader that has been trading the Robert Anderson strategy and you can be in front of the charts, I think it's a help. I honestly don't know if the actual bot is necessary. I think that just the indicator version of it would do a very good job of identifying trades that you're looking for. And ultimately, you could trade this shit by yourself. I mean, that's 100%. There is always going to be a market for indicators, bots, things that will take trades for you. There's always a market for that because there's always going to be traders out there that might fit what they're looking for. So let's see how we can finish off today here. I did not feel good last night. Came down again with 102 fever. It's weird. It hits me at like 6 or 7 o'clock at night. And just, I think today's going to be probably the same. So stick around. Hopefully I can get something here in oil, get my cash account in the green before we go into the weekend. And let's stick around for the recap. All right, so here's a pretty fun trade that I took today, and it was an overnight open. You kind of see my mouse here, kind of telling you guys what I'm looking at here. I also drew in that arrow. So originally my thought here was going to be a bounce off of the overnight open, but what I like to see is a pull through, which we're getting, but I don't like it to drop too low. And then what I'd like to see is a clear green bar going up, meaning that buyers are coming in and pushing, defending the overnight open. Since I didn't see that, you will see what I do with my arrow. I will actually put the arrow on the other side now of the overnight open, which is in turn now looking for a a retest of the overnight open. And if I get a retest here and get another red candle, I'm looking for a short now off of this overnight open. So I figured the only way I could do it in real time was to put this arrow to kind of explain to you guys what I'm thinking about. And you're going to see here that as soon as we get the rejection, we get tapped in right there. The second we get that red candle, I'm in the trade. And my stop is very, very tight. I mean, very, very tight. I try to look to the left here to look for a pivot. I typically like about 25 ticks in oil off of the overnight open. I think it's a pretty easy target. On the NQ, I would say 20 points is a pretty good overnight open trade. And then here, I'm just looking, my only risk here, I'm going to be honest with you, my only risk here, besides the difference between my entry and my stop loss, is, and here I actually, so I moved my take profit to 25 ticks, so $250 is what I'm looking for. What I was trying to say is, my biggest risk here, besides the money that I have at risk, is another retest of the overnight open. So that could very, very easily happen. That was actually an order on the NQ that got canceled out. It could very easily happen where it comes in, it wants to retest it, it wicks through and knocks me out. Now, that could happen. It could definitely happen. That's why I don't like to leave a lot of space here. But I am as cool as a cucumber right here, because now I'm getting the push that I'm looking for, and I'm getting pretty excited here to be able to take a $250 winner. That's going to definitely help with the challenge. And then I run into the same issue that I ran into about, 3 weeks ago. I take my stop loss to about a tick, break even, and maybe about 2 ticks just to cover commission. And again, I'm thinking that I can hit the close position to close this trade here, but you can't, because I didn't take the trade through the automated system.
Order canceled.
And then I hit the X on the entry line thinking that would cancel it, and it didn't. So I was actually now going into my control center, having to flatten the position, but then I'm waiting for it to hit back to $250, which is where I wanted my take profit to be, and which is pretty much what I got.
Order filled.
All right, and there you have it. So I was only able to take one trade today, and it was the overnight open trade. I was really stalking that trade for a while, and I think I did a really good job of explaining to you guys exactly what my thoughts were right here. It actually proved out to be a really nice trade. It got to one more level down, so maybe let's see here, maybe another 15 ticks we could have got out of that trade. But really not being greedy, wanting to take something in on a Friday, right before the holidays, man, I'm happy as shit. So before I show you this over here on the NQ, let's pull up what our P&L now looks like. So today's profit was $235, bringing the account back to $4,843. We got $156 left, and I got one more day to trade this sucker. So I'm going to be very curious to see how we do on the 26th of December. That'll be my last day on the challenge. So I'm excited. I am very excited. Let's look at the day performance. Obviously, one trade. Took that trade for 240, so really wanted 250. I would have got it if I didn't have that freaking um, debacle there again that I keep having the same reoccurring debacle. But okay, so that trade, what time was this? Around 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock Central Time. So I've let you guys know I have not been feeling good. I'm definitely coming down with either the flu or a cold, and just not feeling good. But I had one appointment that I had to get to, so I took off right after this overnight open trade, and I left the bot off. Okay, because I'm like, you know what? I only got like 2 more days. I can't mess around anymore. And I just want to make sure that I'm in front of the charts taking a look at the trade. I should have probably done this for the whole 30 days. I get it. I know that. But this is life, and my life is a full-time job and trying to show you guys, how the bot performs and how my strategies perform. So it is what it is. So we get a 5. I turn this off, and when I get back and I load it up and I see that, that it did take a winner here, not for me, but the bot would have taken a winner like literally an hour after I left, which really sucked. But it was, so the entry would have been here for a short. Okay. I mean, look at this thing go. This thing goes down to 32 points from here to the entry. So 32, if my math is right, I think that's $640. And then reverses back up, and then the trailing stop takes you out of this trade for a positive 206. But man, could you imagine I've been being up $600? I know for a damn fact I would have punched out at like 500 or 400, with the win that I had today. That would have been a beautiful way to go into the last day of the challenge on this NQ and on this bot. So all right, so that's the bot. I've talked to this. I've explained to you guys what the trades were there. You guys know oil. We lost in oil first session, 25 ticks. It sucked. We got ticked in. We got into the trade by a tick, got wicked, and then literally reversed on us and knocked us out. No setup in session 2, so nothing here in oil. But gold. Again, gold has been on fire. It's been on fire this week. I've been super excited how gold has been coming through, and this one you obviously get activated to the short, and this thing hits profit really quick. Unfortunately, it was only a small profit. It was only 16 ticks. So ultimately the morning strategies were still in the red because, lost 16 or won 16 ticks here, lost 25 over there. So down 9 ticks. It's okay. Still had a good week. Had fun. And let's take a look at the Rob reversal. Okay. So here's a good learning experience. All right, this is pre-session, pre-market. We're not worried about that. We get a short entry or a short signal, and we're not going to take that one because it closes above the 8 EMA. We get a long signal that closes above the 8 EMA. Do we have a trade? Yes, we do. We definitely have a trade on the 15-minute Rob reversal. So as we all know the rules, your entry is a tick above the top of the candle. I'm telling you, people, I can't. Every day I talk about this trade, and every day I'm showing you guys how this thing is filtering out the crap and gets us into some really good trades. And sure as shit, this doesn't get you into this trade. Um, I probably would have reset right here just because I was looking at price action and price action kind of looked like shit. But the second you get a rejection or a down candle and it closes below the ADMA, you know that this setup is not in play anymore. Whatever the thoughts were behind that strategy are not in play if we're not getting that thrust up that we're looking for. So that automatically should have, and vice versa. If it's telling you to go short and it closes above the ADMA, then you know that it's not in play. It should not even be in play. So this was no trade. Again, this closes below the ADMA, closes below the ADMA, closes below the ADMA, keeps you out of some crap here. Here we get a short signal, closes above the ADMA. So again, no trade. And I believe this one is already past session time. So we close it up at 1:15. So, hey, I've had fun this week. I've had fun with this channel. I'm hoping that you guys are getting, are enjoying watching the content that I'm putting out. I'm super excited to start my challenge on my morning strategies. That's going to be coming up here on the channel very, very soon. It's been a wild ride, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So knowing that we're going into a holiday weekend, I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hopefully you're able to spend some time with your loved ones. And I just want to tell you one more time, thank you guys for the support. It's really meant a lot to me. Thank you to everyone in the Discord that is there every single morning trading alongside me. Again, just having a lot of fun, and I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for everything. I'll see you guys next week. Happy trading.